My parents thought there was some sort of growth on his scrotum, cause it was like it was uneven. But I was just like, are you kidding me? A scrotum, your balls are never even. They're never like this. They're always like this or like this, cause that's just how it's built. So they thought my dad was just funny, dude. And they're free. My brother texted my veterinarian cousin and asked about a growth on the balls. All of it just to be like, nah, dude, it's just uneven, dude. That's just how it is.
Facts.
That's how mine is too.
Yeah, that's how humans.
How
humans
everyone's
balls, every guy's balls are uneven, dude. If they're
how do you know? I don't trust you. Show me.
Whoa!
I need a sound. I need a clarifying. All right, whatever. Welcome back to the 21st episode of the WUWY Podcast. My name is Brian Wallace. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Great. I'm hot. I'm sweaty.
Just didn't sound like you like that.
I don't know how to respond when people ask me how I'm doing anymore. It's weird.
Well, the sultry voice, it does that to people.
The who? Huh? Stop using dictionary words around me, okay? Don't make me feel dumb.
Claude doesn't even know about that octave, Mr. Music Man. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
You just want to get into the beef now, Claude?
Episode savvy.
Episode 21, yeah.
Episode 9
21.
There's no beef, Claude. It's just the camera thing, and then you bought a FIFA pack for $20. So I'm just do as I say, not as I do. So just get on him, Justin.
Wait, what? I'm confused what's going on.
He bought a FIFA pack for $20.
Okay.
Lambasting me to not spend money. Spending money is stupid.
Got it.
Every dollar.
Yeah. I understand.
I think it was absolutely stupid. I should not have said that. I got nothing in the pack.
For people who don't know, I don't know if we discussed it on the pod. We just always come at Brian for like
everything.
Everything. Yeah, that's true. But like when he like wants to spend an absorbent amount of money on something, we're just like, nah, bro, like save it, or like, like maybe reallot it to something else that you can use practically. Yeah. And then Claude, being the biggest advocate of being frugal, buys FIFA packs.
I've always said though, I'm in a different situation than Brian. So you can't compare it
still on something so like.
It was absolutely stupid.
It's the principle. Claude.
I got nothing from it. Nah, but you can't compare an apple to an orange. That's what
you can. Like, they're both fruits.
One's
that's a comparison. We got you.
No, one's red, one's orange. One's citrusy,
and they're both
one's
in
solid.
the fruit section.
Nah, they're different.
Aren't FIFA things like? Aren't they like a gamble? Like you're not gonna get the player you want all the time. Oh, great.
It was a stupidest.
You don't even know what you're buying.
No.
So it's just it's a loot box.
Yep.
Wow.
Trash.
That's whack, dude. But you guys, that's pretty whack.
At least a 100K pack. I couldn't.
I don't want to hear it when I drop $6,000 on.
Does it increase your gameplay though? Is it better? Like it helps you win, or is it just aesthetic?
No, it helps them win.
Oh, okay.
If you get the right thing.
Oh, okay.
But getting off of FIFA, I didn't really need to get so deep into FIFA. But how's you guys' semester's wrapped up, right? How you fared as it rounded out?
I think I was the last one to like finish. Y'all were done, so I was big tight.
I say due in like 3 days, so I don't know about that.
You still have stuff, dude?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have this essay, 1,000 words, some bullshit. I don't really care about school.
1,000 words, lights.
Most people did not care about school, so it was interesting to see how the grading has worked out.
Oh man,
what did you guys end up?
We were chilling.
You're chilling. Dennis is chilling.
Yeah.
I did okay. Two classes I did well in, like real well in, and the other two I just like just skirted by. But it was enough. It was enough to get the credit.
Yeah.
Are you getting the P's on
there? Yeah. Huh?
Couple P's.
A couple P's. No, I didn't do that. No.
I took all my letters too. Yeah.
I took it all pass fail.
Oh really?
All pass
fail. I don't give a flying fadoodle, man.
Well, this was your semester abroad anyway, exactly. So it's not anything abroad, for your credit.
It's Corona. It's like I didn't give a fuck,
bro. I lucked out because I had Orgo 2 this semester, and then they all went online, and he didn't even proctor. He just said, "Yo, just take this test and send it by today." And no proctoring. Swag. Shout out Chegg, dude.
No proctor. Wait, because Chegg helps you study.
Bro,
so when Dennis was
those practice problems, bro.
Weeks beforehand.
Nuts, dude. Nuts.
I just want to say I only brought this up because pulled up with a 3.9 and I just wanted to stunt because I'm never gonna flex on anybody.
Hey, young king. Put the applause in. I'm tired. Young Kings. Whatever. He only took one class. But,
so what? I only took a class that has 99% A's. I got all A's. That's what I'm saying to you.
God damn.
No, all right, dude.
You see, because for me, the thing is like, I'm not smart, right? But if you tell me to do work, I will get the work done, and I will give like my best effort to the work, no matter what. So like in a online, the way they had it, which was pretty easy, where basically just show up and you'll get credit. I'm the dude who always show up, so I got all the credit. Okay, and I'm hyped about it. But
let's go.
All right, do.
Still not enough because the GPA is still trash, but it's okay.
Yeah, it barely moves you up, right? It moves you up like point something.
Yeah.
It kind of moved me up.
Yeah, mine too. Don't worry. Yeah. It got me closer to what I needed.
So do you think you'll fare well if we end up doing online? From what by the looks of it and like what I'm hearing, like it sounds like we're gonna be online in the fall.
I think so too.
Yeah. I don't think so because I think they're gonna be ready and they'll actually need you to be smart, and that's the issue.
So you won't be prepared. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I bet you everyone's going to implement online proctoring or something.
They're going to know how to handle it. But
I wonder that. Because BC actually said they intend to, start classes August 31st and be on campus. But they use the word intend, so nothing is cemented.
How long ago was that too? Did they say that?
Like 2 weeks ago, a week ago maybe.
I mean,
it's fairly recent. I sure hope so.
I mean, I do hope it's in class, but like, the way, if we don't get a vaccine, I don't know if they're gonna seriously I don't think everything's gonna come back immediately. I think it's gonna be slowly. They're gonna do things slowly. Like
and it's not to go back to like something like full normal, whatever.
Yeah,
normal.
It's gonna be like some sort of half class. Like people are seated away from each other. We might have masks on still. I know for high schools, it's gonna be like. I heard them talking about like night and day classes where some kids come in at night. So that they can really separate who's coming to. Oh, I don't know about Queens high schools or like the boroughs,
like city schools,
because those are populated. So I don't know how they're gonna do that. They might stay online because honestly, it's not safe for anyone to be. But we'll see. We'll see how they handle it. I know. Other than
what are your guys' plans for summer then? Speaking of that, you guys are busybodies, aren't you?
No.
You have a class.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta get up on that, my boy.
Dennis, have you ever had a job? I'm sorry, putting you on the spot right now.
Job?
Yeah, he's a musician. He's a professional musician. What are you talking
about? I did perform.
This is a job.
I did perform before. I got paid for that, but other than playing piano for some Filipino uncles, nothing. Nothing.
Should teach music lessons online.
Oh, I'm trash at music. You think I'm good?
I've been trying to get this man to play something for weeks. He just dubs me every time.
I'm gonna buy a kalimba, yo. Those little the wooden
thumb piano.
The thumb piano, yeah. The one that's used in the Avatar outro, bro. Yeah, I'm not a singer, but you get the gist.
I am.
You did. I didn't get it. I missed the gist. What are you two bearded men doing?
Bearded.
You guys have internships, don't you?
Okay, don't hype him up though. Don't hype him up.
Don't hype him up. Look at his man.
This is ugly.
Neck beard.
I've actually been busy since like classes started. Like I was like planning stuff for a while. Like my room setup was like trash to like do work online. Like my desk was super tiny, like super cramped. So I ended up like buying a bunch of wood and crafting my own desk with my pops.
Real life Minecraft?
Real life Minecraft, bro.
Crazy.
Take some blocks and just put it together, bro.
This man didn't want to hit up IKEA, bro. He wanted to do it himself.
No, that's yo, do you hear this? That's not IKEA, bro.
That's not IKEA, bro.
That's sturdy. That's sturdy.
That's not IKEA.
Okay. All right.
Wait, did you stain it too?
Yeah, homie. Come on,
Okay.
Nice. Oh.
You're kind of nice, bro. You're kind of.
No, but it actually came out like really nice. My pops, he does like he knows
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, he is very much is. So, I was like, hey, let me recruit you for some help, and it was good. We got some bonding, crafted something
dope,
and then I ended up also like building a computer from scratch, which is like something I wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
And it ended up real nice. Like it came out real nice. So I have a decent setup now. So I feel comfortable like where I can like work at home and then like, I've been saving for like OD long because like for the past like 2 years I was like, oh, like I want to build myself like
was
computer.
It expensive?
For a computer build, it was like on a reasonable end.
Okay.
Where it's
sorry.
What's up? No,
Did you like YouTube video it or was it like?
Oh, absolutely. For the past 2 years, I said the past 2 years, right?
Oh,
this guy's been plotting, bro.
This
plotting.
one goes here. Okay.
No, it honestly was. It was a lot of heavy plotting, and then like when the time came, I was just like, oh, and then my pops also ended up helping me too because he's like he used to do a bunch of stuff, so he saw like what they used to like how to used to build a computer, and then to now he's like, bro, this is easy. Like this is Legos, bro.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking.
I've been working on this Lego project for 3 years. Okay. All right.
Wasn't a waste of time. No, but then I've been playing, yeah. So it came out nice.
I really envy people like Justin who are inventors and stuff and make shit. No, because I'm such a lazy person, and it's like if my desk is broken, I'm not making a new desk.
Man,
I'm buying it. Amazon priming it. Ooh, anyways.
I feel like it's like I enjoy things more when I have my own like part in it kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And like this thing, like the desk, I feel like is something I would last like even when I move out and like get my own house or something. Like that's how long I feel like it could last kind of thing.
Would you ever make your own clothes? Get a sewing machine? Get a sewing machine, start putting fabric together.
I feel like it's a cool thing. I don't think I have the knack for it, or like but like people who do, like mad respect, like because I like fashion and all that. Of course. Stuff. Yeah. I have a cousin who he's actually interested in that stuff. And he's like, no, there's a different one. But it's like shout out to him because he's just like an awesome thing to like get into and just like honing a craft like I really admire from anybody. Yeah.
Well, what about internship? You got that too still, no? Or were you signing up?
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah.
I have like the job that I've been working for a minute. And then I had been applying to things like before everything got shut down, and they're like just getting back to me, so I kind of forgot about it, and I haven't been practicing anything. Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna BS the interview and see what happens. But yeah, and then I'm taking a class too. Sorry, Claude, go ahead.
Oh wait, you're taking a class? I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Nah, there's no. Right. I'm taking a class. I was taking 4 in the fall, and then a section opened up in the summer, and I was like, all right, let me balance it out. Yeah. So I'm taking 1, and then I'm doing 3 in the fall.
Vibes.
This guy's busy. This guy's making things, learning new things.
Yeah, man, I gotta keep myself busy. Otherwise, I be in my head too much.
Well, I'm comfortable being in my head, which is why I've done nothing up until 2 days from now when I start my internship.
Okay.
What have you been doing?
Quite nervous for because so far I had like 4 pre-internship calls, and it's my first time like doing something related to my major, having some sort of office job, and the fact that it's also virtual too. So I have absolutely no idea what to expect. I'm pooping my pants out. I'm also very excited too, but
at least you don't have to like go through the whole like office environment. Like the office environment thing is an important thing to like skill to know how to maneuver.
Yeah.
But like since it's your first one and it's like you don't have to deal with it, which is like, oh, I have to be shown around to 90% of the office and so they can see my face and know my name and then forget me 4 hours later. And then so like, you know, you can just go and do your job and like learn.
Yeah, but I gotta, as an intern, you gotta make sure your face is out there. So I gotta like schedule one-on-ones. You gotta contact people. You gotta network around the company. So the fact that it's online too, it'll be so much forced to do that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously, I would have had housing too. Like my friend who worked at the same company like last summer, and he had like this sweet setup. It was like a nice modern apartment shit. Expenses paid for. Your boy would have been living life. I'm sorry.
Wait, how did you get this? It was just an applied thing, or was it like a BC type deal?
It's part of like when I went to Dallas and we'll talk about. Oh, my computer was like freaking out. When I went to like Dallas and like other places, like through a program, it's kind of through that program that I kind of got this opportunity. So yeah.
Swag.
What are you gonna be doing? I need to start like learning. All I hear is connections and money every time I speak to you about.
It's like what exactly? Network.
What exactly? Like what exactly is going to be happening or is supposed to be happening?
What do you mean?
The job title? Like
the job title is CFO intern.
Okay.
So basically,
chief finance officer.
Sure, intern. But like, I don't get to ever see the CFO. You just help. You just support a lot of the finance elements of the business.
Okay.
Hey, bro, drop the intern part and start telling the biddies you're a CFO. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm a CFOI. They're not gonna know what the I means.
Yeah, they don't know what the I is, bro. CFOI, bro. That's official, dude. That's official.
Yikes. It's alright though. I'm excited.
That's dope delicious. Yeah, you should be. Yo, LinkedIn is probably like gonna be your biggest thing, just because like the networking aspect, where it's like you can't be in person. So it's like if you know they're at the company, or it's like you sent the email to them, you'd be like, connect.
Yeah, there's a lot of like resource groups for like people not only interested in finance but also Black people too, and obviously you gotta like get different information. There's gonna be happy hours, intern hours, and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff. It'll keep me busy for the next 9 weeks.
And we shall be. It'll be our lead topic every night, every week. So you better soak some stuff up.
Hey, Brian.
So good. What
about you?
Yeah. Other than racing your brother.
No, that's all I'm doing. Because we had it to shape. He I don't know. He thinks he's nice at ball, so I just beat him. And then I tell him he sucks, and that he's got to get cut if he doesn't start practicing. But he doesn't listen to me. So
does he know you're? No, it's not.
Does he know I'm Scotty Pippen? Fight me.
Okay, I'm done.
No, keep going. It's fine. It's cool. I love it. No, I don't know. He's pretty. He likes being lazy, so it's trying to get him out of that mentality. But big brother duty.
Oh, of course.
Trying and failing miserably.
Has that been increased, the big brother duty, now that everybody's home and stuff?
I've been his personal wake up, help with homework, do his homework because he's 2 months behind in Spanish. Boy.
What?
Bro.
Fam, he has Hispanic friends. I'm like, why don't you ask your friend if it's hard? He doesn't want to help me. I'm like, is this guy even your friend? It's literally a direct translation. This man just confuses me. He's like, bro, she just assigned so much homework. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, all right, this dude's rebellious. Like,
Spanish homework is a lot though. 5 times each, like that shit.
Are you kidding me?
Annoying.
Yeah, compared to calculus.
Yeah, that's just not hard, bro. It's time consuming, but it's not hard.
It was just annoying. It was just like, ustedes.
Okay, did you learn it?
Exactly. No, not really. I can't speak Spanish.
Oh, well, that's your fault. I wonder why. You did 2 times each.
No, it's actually ass. Like, I don't understand how kids take a language in high school and not end up knowing the language. I took Spanish from 7th to 12th grade, and all I know is uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Like, that's all I know.
Claude, I've taken classes since first grade to college. I still don't know anything. So it's not just languages.
No, it is.
That's all you, bro.
I know. I mean, I can tell you things. You know history things. You know math things. Like, you know science things.
I like how you do
what you're talking about, but
shut up.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's just having that rebellious phase that I didn't have, and it's just funny to watch. Like, he was doing something. It was like restart your thing. I think it was like his Xbox, like restart your Xbox, and he was like, "But I didn't have to do that before." I'm like, "Fam, it's telling you on the screen. Why are you rebelling?" Against the machine. What to do? He's like, all right, whatever.
Why? Who is it? Who is this machine? What is
exactly. Like, I don't know. It's whatever. I'm trying. I'm like, it's trying to give him techniques. If you're too hard on him, he's gonna tune you out. If you're too lightly, he doesn't do it. So it's like
the balance.
Yeah, trying to be the third parent. But
you gotta try to relate. Be like, hey, bro.
I can't I can't relate because I'm a simp. My parents tell me to do something, I do it.
He doesn't have to know you can't relate.
He's lived with me.
I forgot. Yeah, that's a valid point. I forgot about that.
But wait, speaking of being a simp, my mom she left her phone. She left her simp and mom. Good job, Brian. She left her phone. She was like, drive it to Jamaica Hospital for me. And y'all know I don't like to drive, so I said no.
Wow.
And she just pulled up the next day. And just don't look at me, don't talk to me. She was like taking stuff out of. She was saying it half jokingly, but she was also low key tight. Like, she was unpacking all the groceries. She's like, "Oh, now you want to help me,
bro?" I hate. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna. When was the last time you guys angered your mom? Because my mom got tired of me.
Oh, man, I don't know. I feel like I anger her on purpose, jokingly.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I know how to read the situation, so I know it's like, all right, that's it, joke, that's it. So, but I don't think it's been like.
Yeah, she got tight.
Yeah, she got like OD tight. Yeah, I know she's like ticklish on her neck sometimes, so I'll be like, yeah, and like, and she's like, ah, I'm gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
I only really just annoy her. Like, did I guys tell you about the time I scared her that I shaved my head or no?
What?
Run that back, please.
So my dad, right? Randomly one day he pulls up and he's like, he just walks into my room and he has a bald ass head. I'm just like, yo, can y'all be even it out later? I'm just like, and mind you, this man had hair like this, like right beforehand. So he shaved all that. I was just surprised. So, and my mom didn't know for like 2 days. And then one dinner time, like 2 days later, he was just like, he always wears a hat. So she didn't know. He just takes his hat off during dinner. And she's just looking, she got so upset. She didn't even want to eat anymore. She got so tight that this man shaved his head.
With the hat on?
I don't. He might have been. I don't know what he was doing.
For her to go to sleep,
I don't know, but
he popped up with a do-rag.
He got waves and everything.
I thought this is how you grow.
No, but I don't know how he kept it hidden, but he kept it hidden for 2 days, and then my mom found out, super tight. And then like a few days later, she's still like a little upset about it. And I go downstairs to like, cause the razors, I had to shave my beard that I was growing out for way too long, which was really bad. I didn't like it.
Bro, so, it was a look, man.
Yeah, I guess. But I shaved that, right? But I was taking like 20 minutes. I was taking my time doing whatever. And then I was just like, oh, I know how to scare my mom. So I run upstairs, like making a scene, like on the stairs. I said, Mom, look, I shaved my head. And then she looks at me. She almost like she didn't even want to look, dude. I went to the side of her. She went like this. She didn't want to look. I was fucking with her because
she's like, because she knew muscles in this family house. In this house, man.
She knew I had a razor for like 20 minutes. She thought I was doing something else, I guess. So I had to fool her one time. She was really gonna hit me though if I actually shaved my head. It was good. She likes my long hair. She likes my long hair.
Funny razor story also. I have cousins who they have like a couple dogs.
Yeah.
And I guess my aunt was like trimming them or whatever.
Yeah.
And she left, my aunt left, and then my cousins were helping them. And they took the razor and they're like, I guess they thought like, oh, this looks easy. So they went at the dog and they just like gave him like 3 bald spots around the neck. And then they're just like, oh. So I walked into their house and I was like, oh man, what happened to the dog? Like, you look like you got alopecia or something, or like whatever, like the hair thing is like falling out. And then they're like, no, that's your cousin. That was they're doing.
That's the way they wanted him.
I was like, bro, what are you
They should have just put a smiley face. Might as well if there's 2 dots, bro. Just fucking,
go all the way.
Dude.
Shave everything.
Might as well.
Yeah, razors be funny, man. Razors be
Claude
funny.
doing the Claude.
I was doing Don't put my mom's government name out there. What I've been doing, I just always annoy my mom. I don't know. It's like I hug her, I squeeze tight, I pick her up when I hug her. I make intentional messes.
Wait, what? I knew the hug one.
Intentional messes.
Intentional messes.
Nice, bro.
Picking it up, so it's fine.
So you're just a douchebag.
I'm really mean to my mom, but it's all love.
Of course.
It's all love as she pleads.
Right. Make him work harder for her. Love, Mom. Shout out to moms.
Of course.
Shout out to dad.
Always. Oh, I got her nothing for Mother's Day, too. What is wrong with me?
Wow.
Maybe that's why she was like, don't look at me.
Gas, bro.
I asked her what she wanted, and then she's like, iPad. And I was like, well, I'm poor, so. I don't know what
you asked.
I don't know what you want me to do with that info, but
iPads are $1,000.
Maybe your birthday.
Yeah. No, bro, you can get a nice 2011 iPad.
Yeah.
For
2011.
About $300.
Yeah, with all the problems that I will have to then fix. All right. No, it's okay.
Troubleshooting, bro.
Gas. What's wrong with it? That's the vibe, dude.
That's the big vibe, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, shout out to mom. Shout out to parents for dealing with our shit for all these years.
All quarantine.
Of course.
Yep, all quarantine. Yeah.
All right. I think we started with the positive.
Okay.
Now we gotta get into it. Now we gotta get to serious. Yes. The mood has changed. Yeah.
There's a lot of things hanging over people's heads, our heads. So we figured it'd be stupid not to address it.
Of course not. I don't know how do we start this? Obviously, I would start with Black Lives Matter. All right,
100%.
Quickly, just put that out there real quick. I don't think we talked. What'd you say, Claude?
Lay the overview of the situation. Sorry.
Yeah.
The overview of the situation. Do we talk about Ahmaud on here?
No, we didn't.
Well, okay. Wait, what's the date? It's Saturday, May 30th, because things happen rather quickly in this time.
Yeah, we don't know if anything's gonna pop up again, but
yeah. So George Floyd was murdered by a police officer. I don't remember the exact date. I avoid the videos, and then Ahmaud Arbery was also killed by a retired police officer, but just a citizen. That was a couple of weeks ago, and then obviously that has caused a big uproar around the nation, around the world, within us as and within me, as I should say, as a black man. But
I think you can speak for all of us.
For most,
not all black, no, but for us here,
yes, we've had discussions about it, and it's definitely a provoking topic. And first of all, it's just sad. It's
tragic, man.
Just thoughts and prayers with their family, and it's just a situation where it's like, how do you? I always try to look forward or think about how to make things better, but it's like,
of course, that's the smart thing to do.
In the instantaneous reaction, it's fear, it's rage, it's everything that has spilled out within the past day. So I don't know. What was your thoughts, Claude? I'm sorry, I'm going to the black man, but
well, it's just you
posted some tweets out there. We had discussions as well.
It's 8 minutes and of this man's knee on his head. on his neck, I should say.
The neck, the back of the neck, right there.
It's just, and you just got. I don't understand how you got people there. I'm getting teary. I don't know why. You have people there, saying this man can't breathe. He's saying I can't breathe, and that other cop is just like he's just like telling people to get off the fucking sidewalk. Like, bro, like look at what your man's is doing behind you. You know what I mean? It's just sad because what's saddening to me is like you just get history repeating yourself. Like 2 years ago, I did a paper on like mass incarceration of African Americans, and I just did my research. And from slavery to the Jim Crow era, Black people are constantly being marginalized and oppressed in society, and it's by people that are meant to protect us. And I didn't think I'd get this emotional, to be honest. I think the past couple of days I've been holding it in, but it's really confusing and sad to see.
Yeah, no, like big respect to you, especially for like sharing that too, because honestly, a lot of it's hard to have all this going on, especially now being locked in, and it's like it's hard to converse with people. It's hard to have discussions like this and let things out and let emotions out, and because that's what can possibly heal in some way or form.
That's what human interaction is for.
About it. Yeah, exactly. And it's like when stuff started going down 3 or 4 days ago with rioting and protesting, which I was just, it was overwhelming for me. It's hard to know how to feel when I can't talk to somebody and like see other perspectives, because y'all know that's like what I like to do. I like to hear all perspectives. It was actually for work. I was in a meeting, like a virtual meeting and stuff. And the program I work for is it's called a Black Male Initiative. So it's a mentoring program to help people of color, mainly Black men who been marginalized, trying to find different opportunities for them to progress in society. And in that meeting, that was like the first time I had talked about it. And it was Black men who they're older, they have kids, and it's just hearing them express how they're afraid, one, for themselves, but also for their family members and their sons, who the sons are asking, like, why? Like, why is this something that's happening? And it's their fathers, you can't answer. It's and it seems like, obviously this is a huge thing, but it's to me, it's like a color can cause all of this.
All of this hatred.
Yeah, all of this hatred, all of this like differences. Like differences are what's supposed to make people great, And that's what really gets me. It's like you're supposed to be different. You're not supposed to be the same. Like that gets me, I think. So that's why I hate seeing the people breaking up, people going at. It's justified. The anger is justified and all that.
100%.
But it's like I hate seeing it because it shouldn't be like, as humans. It's like you hate to see it kind of thing. You shouldn't be broken up.
Yeah, shouldn't be. And all this rioting's bringing the damage, and what? Do I generalize? I'll generalize. What the white people have been saying, or the conservatives, whatever you want to say, they're all talking about, oh, look at them, they're just breaking the neighborhood, they're just breaking property, all the businesses. But property can be rebuilt. George Floyd's life cannot be brought back. I don't get why people, you just see the bias and everything and the hatred for blacks because they're more worried about the buildings, right? Oh, you're putting fire. Like, no, like, some man just died. He was murdered on film, and people are talking about all the like Target blowing up and whatever. Like, come on, bro. You don't think this rage is justified? Any of that? I don't know, man.
It's a lot of buildup from a lot of things. I think that's what some people aren't seeing as well. Like, where it's like they're doing this just for this one guy. It's a buildup of all these names, a Trayvon, Brianna, all those names built up together. Like
black people, their first protest was literally kneeling down. And now now that it obviously didn't work, nothing really changed from the kneeling. What do you expect them to do?
As a sports fan, watching them on every show talk about how Cap is kicked out and watching the backlash from this, right? And a sports figure shouldn't talk about it. It's like when people try to be peaceful, it seems like it doesn't work. And then when the peaceful things aren't going to work, people are not going to be peaceful.
Yeah, to piggyback on that too.
It doesn't make sense. It's like they want them to respect the flag by standing up, but like the flag doesn't even respect their community. Why do they have to give it any respect? That's why I'm so confused. It's obviously peaceful protests aren't gonna work with them. I mean, now the cop that killed George Floyd is being prosecuted, even though he wasn't even arrested on site for what happened, and everyone's trying to blame it. Oh, he died in the hospital. No, man, did you not see him? He died on the video. I was watching it with my mom. We were both upset because he was saying, "I can't feel my legs. I can't breathe." He was completely detached. He was breaking his spinal cord. He couldn't even feel the rest of his body. Like he died. I don't know.
That isn't hard for a long
It's so
time.
upsetting to watch.
Yeah, no, let it out, man.
Like,
I can't even watch it.
I know. I don't even want I can't even send some of the things to you because I feel like you don't need that negativity. Like right now, all I've been seeing 24/7 ever since that happened was just straight, which is fine. All the overflow of all these social justice posts and everything, because it needs to be heard. Something needs to be done. I just hope this doesn't act like a trend, and this just ends right after this because I don't want it to.
Claude wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go back. We here, boy. You got go back all you want.
Going back, Malcolm X said, "You don't get freedom peacefully. Anyone who is depriving you of freedom isn't deserving of a peaceful approach." So just going back on the peaceful approach and how people are obviously Malcolm what's his name? Malcolm Luther King III.
Malcolm.
Martin, oh my God.
Martin Luther King.
I didn't hear that.
Martin Luther King.
That's the title of the video, Claude.
No. I'm editing that out.
All right, go on. Don't mind.
Martin Luther King III said, wherever there's darkness, crimes will occur. The guilty one is not merely he who commits the crime, but the institutions that create the darkness.
Yes.
So you gotta pay attention to the head of the snake, not necessarily the other body parts. You gotta really pay attention to the core cause of the issue. Like, why are they reacting to this? Why are they responding like this? And also, I think Charlemagne also said, I mean, looting happens in a lot of protests. But it's also coronavirus. The unemployment rate is really high right now. People are hungry. People are poor. Obviously, people are angry too. So obviously, you're gonna have that happen. So
I think
people need to more standing.
This was kind of directed to you, Claude. But when you see these things happen, do you have a go-to mindset, or does it? Because for me, it's sort of it's a fear for I say it's almost a okay. I'm also almost numb to it at this point.
Yeah.
But then it's subconscious, because when I see a police officer and my heart rate goes to me after I've ran 4 miles, or if I've been jogging, and it's we live in New York and whatever, but it's still, sometimes I'm scared, and was it misplaced? Is it whatever? I don't know, but it's strange now. Everything feels weird now for me. And I suppose it was always subconscious, but now it's more on the forefront of my mind.
I heard it recently. I think I listened to a podcast today, and I think he put it into perspective pretty well. Black people feel like a guest in their own house right now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel like they're properly welcome where they live. That's what you're feeling, probably. You feel like someone's gonna tell you to do something because you're someone's always watching you because you're a guest. You know,
I feel like I don't know. And I heard I was also watching a podcast, and he was basically, this is convoluted, but he's basically saying there's not that many racist people. I'm misquoting, but that was kind of the sentiment that I got. Okay. Right? It's like people are picking out the bad people, which you should do, because if the bad people have a knife, I'm looking at the dude with the knife. I'm sorry. I don't care if there's 100 people in this room chilling and there's one dude with a knife. I'm trying to find I'm sorry. Like, I'm scared. So, what is that type of thing for you, Claude? Is it fear? Is it anger? What is it? Can you put your finger on it?
With these devastations, at first you're numb to it. It's like, okay, another thing happens. But then you sit down and you think about it and you're like, wow, I can't believe this just happened. And it's just this growing fear. Like, talking about police officer. I remember at BC, there was this police meet and greet. They kind of just had donuts and, coffee. And I've never been more scared to talk to a police officer, or to a person, I should say. I've never been more scared. And this man's just giving out coffee and donuts. Mm-hmm. And it's always kind of been black people versus the police. Like, the foundation of police in America, they started off as slave patrols. Like, they were supposed to take runaway slaves and then captivate them. So that's the foundation of the actual policemen in America. So when you take part of that history too, like, you kind of see it rooted within the police department itself. Like, just think about that as a foundation. So it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. America's built upon a ton of evil. You can't get past that.
Yeah, I mean, like, all the not promotion, but like people posting and stuff like that, and like it being everywhere, it can also be overwhelming too. Mm-hmm. So like, I do like ask y'all and just like people listening to like take also some time just to like back away from that, because like I feel like with any type of like flood of media or like or just like bad energy, like it can be overwhelming. So like, do take some time too and just like focus on like your mental health still, because we are in a pandemic and it's a scary thing. And so it has to be like finding what you can do. And sometimes it doesn't have to be like posting all those things. Like, it could just be finding the right foundations to donate to, or just helping in that way, like there's so many ways, because there's a lot of pressure on people to try and do something because they feel this way and they have all this energy, but it's like, where do I outlet it to? And not everyone's comfortable going to protests and doing all that stuff. So it's like, there are other ways to outlet that energy that you want to like emit towards this cause, but it can be overwhelming. It's taxing on,
even just like reaching out to, like, if you have black friends and it's just like you're reaching out saying, hey man, like just letting you know, like, I got you, and then showing your support to them. I think that would really make a difference. I remember there was like this was racially incentivized incident at BC, and then some of my friends were like, hey Claude, like, I got you, blah blah blah, and that really went a long way to make me feel better. So even just reaching out to people that way can help out.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's hard to change the world all at once. So it's like, if you can make the difference between the people you interact with, like, that's a big change, because that chains up also. And so it's like, maybe having these conversations and having dialogues about what's wrong, and like, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a taboo thing that we tiptoe around, like, these conversations are important to have just as much as making people aware of what's going on and what the problem is.
Be open to a discussion, and that's both to the people who it's not affected and to the people who are affected.
Absolutely, both sides.
For me, it's always about, how do we convince someone? And I think this is sort of, I kind of have I don't know, this is kind of to the black community and not the black community, the people who are protesting and marching and all this stuff. It's like, this is sort of, to me, is like, how do we move forward now? Mm-hmm. Because I think Claude, you tweeted this as well, is like about having a leader and having sort of tangible goals. Because for me, it's like, you have to you have to keep fighting the systematic things. So for me, when I see a lot of people talking about like the violence being warranted, I agree that if you're like, I've randomly punched something when I'm tight, so I understand why something explodes. Yeah. But I also point at other movements that have been peaceful and have made change. And so I think the things I would like to see, we need some sort of something to happen in the police department itself, or the police codes or ethics or whatever. I don't know how to change that. I think as humans, we don't do well with power. Like, there's experiments done where they put a group of college kids together. They told one of them they have power, one of them they don't have power. Within a week, they had to stop it. It's the Stanford experiment, if you want to look it up, because of how toxic and evil people got within a week. And they were like Stanford college students. Yeah, so for me, the police thing, I don't know how you fix it other than trying to make everyone more equal. Because you get a little bit of power, it's going to be bad anyway. And if you get a little bit of power mixed with a little bit of inequality, it gets really bad real fast. So to me, it's like, there's that's something you could do tangibly. But the sort of energy and power that's in the protesters right now, like, I want money. Like, let's get our communities better now. Let's march to get that. I want, like, let's not gerrymander anymore so our vote means something. And then then that's what I would be marching for. This is me personally. That's what I would like to see. This is my imagination. Like, we have a leader, we have someone directed. We want a tangible goal. We want these people arrested or charged or processed or whatever. Then we want the changes to be made. And that's systematic changes to the police, systematic changes to the country. And then it's about educating ourselves as a people if we get these changes through. But this is all hypothetical. And I don't want it to be hypothetical anymore.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and you talk about too, like, going back to the different types of protests that we had. And like, again, how all this energy, I think I mentioned this to y'all before too, like, humans, we often act on emotion initially, just because that initial reaction is, that's strong. Emotion. You can't, it's hard to control that. And that's what's going on right now. But hopefully once this first wave of initial emotion subsides, like you said, I would like to see something, like if it's a boycott or if it's some kind of march where we do have the same goals, where like this was to get those officers arrested, having that same goal, but knowing
I think
that
we need a bigger goal than that. And I think like absolutely. You said, the emotion is hard to control, but if you have a leader, I don't want this initial emotion to die down. I want this emotion brought to the voting booth. I want this emotion brought to Washington. Right. I want this emotion in a bill to change things.
Sorry if I don't think if I said die down, you're right. It's not the right way to say it. I think just like that energy taken from this into converted into that, and just having that goal, those same goals in mind, whether it be like a boycott or like, we know this country is a capitalist society, trying to not feed off of that, but like using that knowledge to try and combat what's going on. Or, I don't know exactly how. I'm no policymaker. I'm no, but
those are 3 baby policies that I came up with in 5 minutes. And it's like, I know there are smarter people out there who can cause some real changes. But Claude, what do you feel about this?
It's just, you gotta turn this moment into a movement. You have, because history repeats itself. We've seen this before. Like, you keep seeing the same shit happen. So you gotta figure a way to enact change. And with like a leader or like
when
a
you
march.
Tweet it, but what do you want to see? Because I think that's part of.
I don't want to see niggas dying at the hands of police.
I know, but what do you want to see systematically? That's the question I have for you. I'm not trying to attack you or whatever, but like,
I know, but like
you're saying you want a leader and you want a movement, but what do you want in your movement? I want you to think about that though, because that's part of what happens to people. We have the emotion, like we want a movement, but then we stop there for a second. We can't pause. I want this movement.
Yeah,
it's about how
even
you
if we pause.
that.
Yes, even if we pause to punch something real quick, like I need to get back on track because I have this energy and this emotion and this movement, and we got to channel it somewhere.
Yeah.
So I wish I could be more rageful. Sometimes I do because I feel like I try to move on too quickly and I try to get to another thing. And I don't know if it sometimes feels cheap to me. But to me, I guess my rage is converted to energy. To what are the literal tangible changes we want? Yes, I want these people arrested, but that's not enough because that's not going to stop it. Get them in prison. Let's get some bread now, and let's get some votes now, and let's get some black people and women, and to me, there's like a two-sided thing, and I'm going crazy right now. I'm sorry. There's like a two-sided thing. It's like what we want from them, and then what we have to do as a culture ourselves. But the focus needs to be right now on what we need from them, and we need some money, and we need some changes in the police. Police need to learn how to de-escalate things, and I love police officers. Just disclaimer: I'm a sissy, and I like having people to call when I get scared, but I don't also want to be scared of you. So can we get some de-escalation training, please? Can we get some sort of discussions being had? And then can we change the systematic things? Because we have to start doing that eventually. We're not focusing on the systematic things, which I think needs to be a part of the focus.
Yeah. And Brian, to validate also, like, don't think that like moving on to like that next thing is a bad thing. You know, everybody channels their energy differently. I'm similar to, like you said, like I'm on, okay, this happened, but like, all right, how can we channel it to something to make those changes, you know? But everyone works in different ways. So it's like, you can't tell them, no, you can't do this, or no, you know, it's a weird thing to try and find, you know?
That's why Claude was, before pre-pod, we were talking about playing devil's advocate. The only thing you could play devil's advocate with is the riots. But I understand their emotion and their feeling and their explosion of just scream, punch, kick, fight, throw. I'm tight and I understand. I'm not mad at it in any way. But once we get that out, once we woosah after that, what are the changes we want?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the... Oh, my fault, Claude.
Nah,
we're running short, that's why.
That's where we need a Martin.
We need a Martin.
Yeah. We need a central leader. We need people to step up. And I mean, people are stepping up. There's a lot of petitions going on. But like, I think a real central march, like when Martin Luther King did that, a real central march on Washington, that really got people going, okay, we need to change it. Like, that's what this country probably needs.
I know it's like
people to figure out this goals, because I'm not smart enough. I don't.
But we gotta stop saying that as a people, though.
No,
If every leader thinks they're not smart enough, or they're not good enough, or they're whatever. That's why we all got to be leaders in our own bodies and think and change the mindset of like, let's all change this.
Yeah. I just want to put something in. You know, I can't really
take as much time as you need, fam.
What I want to see in this movement is just diversity. I want to see all my minorities coming out. I want to see everybody, because any injustice is injustice. Like, we can't let the white man win. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, they're putting us together. When when you have a president that can just say such racist things,
fuck Donald Trump
without anyone. Yeah, I agree. If people get comfortable when your president is out here saying racial things, like he's calling us thugs, calling it the Chinese virus, calling it the Mexicans, calling them rapists,
neo-Nazis.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, wait, okay, but I'm just saying, my minorities, you gotta come out. It's not just black people that need to fight for this. Everybody has to fight for this. Like,
and this country is still 70% white, so we need a lot of white people too.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I want diversity. I want everybody.
I feel you. I'm saying
I want everybody out there.
Part of our job is also getting the white people to come with us. Like, the focus for me is like, how do we change? And to change, we need a plan. And we need white people. I'm sorry, it's just facts. And we can't always beat them down and tell them like, you're privileged, shut up. Like, if they're privileged and they're willing to listen, then I appreciate you because we're gonna need you.
Yeah. But
I'll listen if you're willing to listen. Also, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be open to hearing, when we're open to those things. Yeah.
I think we need to be open to the different discussions, but like if you have like any counter arguments or any like, oh, what about blah blah blah, keep that shit to yourself. I don't like right now. Keep that shit to yourself.
Again, Claude, remember, like we said, we were talking. There's a difference between an argument and there's a difference between a discussion.
Sure.
Discussion, argument comes from a place of anger. Discussion comes from.
I feel what he's saying right now. You got to find yourself a Brian Walls and have a discussion with him. What Claude is saying, no, exactly, no. What Claude is saying, most people are like that, and I respect that. But there's a couple of us who are willing to listen at any point. I'm one of them. Hit me up, slide in my DMs. We can talk all day. I got nothing but time. I got no job, no nothing. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can try to change your mind. I love to debate.
There's a time and place for everything.
Just keep provoking each other's thoughts.
Don't be doing it on social media because a lot of people are going to come at you. That's my stance with the N-word too. I don't care, but y'all, there's a lot of people out here. Don't be doing that in public. You might get clapped.
You're gonna get clapped.
But
that's what I'm saying.
It's you guys
tough.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we always try to end hopefully, but all right.
No, this is a hopeful thing.
It's hopeful.
Yeah. R.I.P.
I think like again,
everyone.
Yeah, having these discussions important. Right? So the dialogue should continue with us, with people listening, with everybody who's willing to listen, and those who aren't. But it's getting to that point.
Thank you for tuning in.
I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit it here. You're a real one. Stay safe. Stay open to discussions. Try to be a better person. Try to be your best person. We love you, man. I'm out of here.
Bye.
Love y'all.